Welcome back to the factory. So, I will see how many trains there are. I wonder whether anything might still be weirdly bad configured. This seems to just wait for storage tanks. I think this might be missing the most important piece, which might be recycling old trains. Is that so? Did I miss that when I copied things? Yeah, probably that one. This, but parameterized. Okay, this will be a locomotive chest, this will be a cargo wagon chest, and this will be a fluid wagon chest. And then things get recycled and more things can be produced from the parts. This is my rather advanced and complicated bulk inserter quality grinding. Maybe I need to limit how many of these uncommon inserters are being produced, but I don't know how and where I would limit this. I'm just waiting for better blue inserters. Those ones. Those ones. They were stuck in a chest there. I guess I should remove this. This was an old setup. At least I think it isn't worth having anymore. And then I just want to throw more of that stuff in there. And in there. And so on. I don't know if I still have anything. I have the blue fast inserter. Don't need those. Okay. Military science is already there. This is just not connected yet. How about I make more labs? So, if only I could get there with all of my labs that I have in my inventory. I think I shouldn't go that much further to the west. Maybe a bit more to the east eventually, but also up and down. maybe up first. So I guess right now there's only those sciences missing from actually being connected. And then I need space science and agricultural science. Space science is already arriving there, and I might still keep the agricultural science in brains or in robot stuff. I mean, instead of having all the sciences being delivered by robots to a smaller lab area. And then having to have millions of robopods to charge the robots. I guess the Spidertron there also has fun again. If the beacon were a typewriter, you would be Employee of the Year. So I guess I can now send in something from the left. Yeah, let's just do that. I guess I could just take the same approach as there, even with being measured somewhat. Maybe not completely, because I can't easily also copy the power poles. So the roboports will also go. Maybe for now I will just have it like that. And maybe 2 rows further up. Maybe another row further up. I guess some robots already took up the work. So it looks rather ugly, the next kinds of putting in extra science packs. Not sure how to do that with 12 lanes of inputs yet. And now I will maybe just send the space science in also from the left. on 2 sides. And then I would have the green science go up and down, I don't know. There are these extra inserters for spoilage. Okay, I will go a little bit to the left so that I am somewhere here. This will all have to move at some point anyway. No need to make it pretty right now. And I know that I left off not doing the military science expansion yet, but it will happen soon. Might just have this kind of distance. I think I will remove the robopods or place them somewhere outside. It's always good to pick up some old bad quality robots that way. Hope they get upgraded to legendary. Okay, I guess I copied the wrong blueprint. That still had not tunnels there. Could also just continue for the next rows once they will be established. I think I might go down eventually. Then the only thing left is agricultural science, which I might for now do by having just chests. I want something that can be stuck on the end of both ends of the lab area. I guess they can loop around. So this will take spoilage away. This will request eventually some agricultural science packs. And this can take a bulk inserter because there may be lab stuff and spoilage, so could be either. Could also have a few more of those there. And this will have to say spoiled priorities spoiled first. So I can use most of the agricultural science packs actually and not waste them completely. Might also do that and just have one of those extra chests. So, still don't want to start this. What's up with the blue and purple? It doesn't reach everywhere. Oh yes, of course. That's quite clear why that is. And blue and black did already reach correctly before. If I wanted to go further to the right there, I would have to add more belts, of course. Anyway, I guess pink and green is missing there. Why would that be? There are no pink trains arriving. Have to check whether Fulgora is still alive. I mean, there are these things. There are rockets in these things. I just might not have enough spaceship capacity to deliver all that stuff. Also, why are you still using such bad factories? I guess this is the old spaceship. My first spaceship probably in this playthrough. I wonder why it says this. Not sure what is broken. Or maybe something couldn't be sent because it was too much. But yeah, I still need to eventually build the shard, which will be a very big promethium hauler. It's also nice to see Novice in the background. It will probably be bigger than that, and mostly do everything. I don't know, I wanted to experiment with things in space. And then I of course still have my deep space ships that only fire every now and then to conserve fuel and to not go too fast, so it's only 69 kilometers per second. I didn't plan that, it happened. And this is all wired together, I don't know why. Enable if accumulator charge is high enough, so the lasers wouldn't work if energy is low, so I guess I have priorities. Not sure if the railguns are configured in any way, but it's working, that's nice. There's my usual compressing the promethium chunks into space without resorting to getting just red belts or something as bad as that. But I think blue and green is a good compromise. But I do need to get faster, I guess, to not waste eggs. To not have to exterminate those biters with laser turrets. Also wastes energy, I guess. The endless energy that I could get from solar and... well, fusion is not endless, I guess. Only if I expand forever into the depths of Aquilo. There's some fluorine. I guess that's for cooling. There's some lithium brine that is necessary for some things, I guess. Lithium is needed in the fusion cells. Yeah, lithium and holmium. And ammonia. Ammonia is rather not rare, but the other ones I need to expand for to extend this capability. I guess the foundation icon looks different. Why do I have foundations here? Don't think I should know. Okay, yes. Apparently I have the From Aquilo group. It's still a bit finicky to deal with all these groups and to configure them correctly and only in the correct spaces. I wonder whether some of the new features might help with that. Importing only from certain places, exporting only to certain places. I want to also try that. Read orbital requests. I think nothing has changed about that. Not much, at least. Not sure if these upgrades will do any good or if they are just useless. I guess I can then take more stuff out of the cryo plant faster. The idea is to always fill these belts so fast that the other machines don't have to work at all. And I will upgrade these efficiency modules, but I will probably reduce the speed things. I guess this would allow me to maybe reduce these things almost, now that I don't want to use beacons here. They haven't invented cacti, I think. I will check, but they have invented these plantation trees. These look new. I will look into the desert. Maybe there's something. But I don't know if I have the best version of desert. Maybe my map generation was a bit different. There are only like broken trees. Or I don't know, they look like swamp trees. But I also don't want to know what's out there. I mean, I have in some save game already looked around if there's anything interesting, but probably nothing worth making the save game bigger for. I guess I was looking at Fulgora. Not sure if I want to build a ship at some point to make the trips. Maybe the chopstick can get a bit better. But also a bit less messy. Maybe just 1 or 2 of those asteroid crushers. I could stop chicks. Maybe, but we shouldn't. We should let chicks do what they want to do. I wonder if they have stopped the weirdness with this foundation. I had the problem that when it was doing one recipe it took from the bottom, and when it was another recipe it had the outputs on the top or something. So I had to have pipes on both sides, which reduces what I can do. Could have a thing there, but now I can't. And I guess this also looks a bit more stressful. Want to look at some Glebber. Okay, this is Glebber from space. Wonder what happens when the spaceship flies away. Can that happen? I guess it could happen at any time. After some deliveries appear. Then we can see the spaceship fly away from the planet. I guess there can be mixed capsules now and not just one thing in a capsule. I don't know, I have to figure that out. Still waiting for a few more. I guess these asteroids are rather big. They are medium size. Probably the thrusters will start, and yes, then we will leave the planet behind. Interesting. And since the ship is rather fast, we can just wait and see till it arrives at Norvis. It's interesting, the planet first appears rather a bit transparent when it is first seen. And I have to try out spaceship to spaceship logistics soon. Maybe there could be some spaceships in orbit that just store all the science packs from the other ships and just throw it down whenever they need to. Maybe a space station that does that. Space station. This is also a rather clunky spaceship. Maybe one of my first. Yeah, it looks like the Fulgora spaceship. Wanted to also see Fulgora with its lightnings only on the dark side. And it's interesting that it's constantly rotating. I don't know if the other planets are also doing that. A bit. Yeah, the actual surface is rotating, that's quite nice. And Aquilo is rather dark. And some of the clouds seem to be moving. I think it's multiple textures on top of each other but animated. Or moving somehow. And I guess there's no planet to be seen here in the Shattered Planet region. I wonder what happens if you reach the Shattered Planet, which is rather difficult, but certainly someone would try that. Anyway, I was about to make this go at some point, and I guess the best way to do this would be to first set a little request there. I guess 200 is enough. Request from buffer chest. Trash unrequested, not necessary. I do have the spoilage output there. What I would want to do is also have some of those buffer chests right here for now. Although they might be in the way if they were there, because I want to extend this up soon. So just copying this and making it relative and running to the right. And this even fits, wow. Except sometimes it doesn't. It's a robopod that has to die and move out of the way. So I will see in which places there are still some problems. I'm still missing Fulgora science. Maybe I shouldn't research that so much. Or maybe I should also just have some of the not common pink science arrive somewhere. I'll try that. I think I should be able to, yeah, it's to the right side anyway, but I should be able to configure it if I wanted to, which side the output goes on now with the update. And then I still need the legendary. I think I could put the legendary just in from the other side. Fulgora definitely sends some science packs sometimes. I wonder whether the production went down or up or whatever. I guess it mostly went up, but maybe not everything went up. Science. I guess it should still be on a stable, not too low level. Yeah, this was all oil ocean at one point. I guess I could still do that. Drawing is hard. So, I don't know if I want to keep this nice pipe that the aliens left there. Not sure if it would be kept if I destroy that. Let's see. Oops. Well, goodbye. And then it's not an island anymore. And neither a mountain. This is my starting island, that's why I did this to the Fulgoran lightning attractor, because it probably gave me the first little bit of security on this island. And probably then I went to that island or somewhere on to the right island. It's difficult to point anywhere because the mouse has the same color as all the bots that are flying there. It is quite a lot going on. And maybe I need to reconfigure this somehow. I guess the rocket silos already went onto the oil ocean. Or at least the newest ones. There are still some old ones left in the middle of the island. But maybe I need more than just these 2 or 6 science packs. Maybe I need to make more supercapacitors. What's your issue? The red stuff, electrolyte. I guess I didn't connect that yet. Would be nice if I did. Or did I on purpose do that? I guess it's not necessary to add another efficiency beacon. Most of them are already at 80% or minus 80% energy use. And the ones on the bottom are rather fast and rather not efficient. I might just do a mixed setup there. Also here, each of these machines is taking 30 megawatts almost. But I do have a lot of power. I mean, I do get showered in lightnings every night. And since most of the factory is done with robots, the robopods do have the most power usage of everything. Yeah, maybe I shouldn't recycle the tungsten things too much, because then more of them have to be delivered. Maybe certain things should only be recycled if the next tier of quality isn't available as much. Let's extend the island a bit. I think there should be enough stuff around to do this. And you can see the blueprints are turning light blue, so they are available. All the stuff that I need is available. The foundations. Eventually I will build a bigger factory, maybe even different principles, not just bots flying around in big clouds, but belt-based again. But I wouldn't know how to do that with quality then. I think now that I'm just recycling everything that's more than 8,000, I can basically just have a very automated setup, but I would have to build some rules so I don't recycle tungsten or don't recycle foundations. That was a problem also. I guess they don't benefit from quality as well. Would be nice if they did, or if I could convert high quality foundations into more foundations. Oh yeah, I did a battery factory. Because I need more batteries. Are those all legendary? Right. And do I have legendary iron plates to make legendary accumulators? These are quite small or low quality. That's recycling and common and uncommon. This is full. That can happen sometimes. So I guess there are 5,000 legendary accumulators waiting. Ideally they would be used in electromagnetic science packs. But I guess this is just waiting for legendary supercapacitors. This is waiting for legendary holmium plates. I do have a lot of epic holmium plates, and they do get recycled once they are over 8,000, so I will eventually get to legendary ones. And this is how then I can make more of the supercapacitors. And it's good that I also increase the supercapacitor production capacity. Anyway, I hope this place is less loud. I wonder if some kinds of these pink science packs make it through here, but I guess they would be immediately used up in research. So, can I do... no. Science. I wonder whether the new maximum increased for research productivity research. Yes, I had to say research twice there. And I have to add another thing at the bottom here for getting the stuff around. Just so it's also used from the other side and can be flipped, or what did I want to say? Recycled, basically. So the lowest freshness stuff will be used up then. So why do I have the research productivity research? Oh, I see. This is not the only condition. I need to basically have a condition for no good things available. So, no good things available will be spoilage? Really? I don't know. Or... are there any other things? Maybe deny signal. Or low battery signal. Or, I don't know. Pick signal for mining productivity. Basically, I want to copy all the conditions from there now. So I will... then I will again choose the pick there. But I will turn around all these conditions. Smaller equals, and then or. So, I guess there is a pink science that did arrive. And I need to now choose the mining pick thing and set it to greater than 0. Only then makes sense. So could of course use tunnels for that thing, but I don't have to. And then you can see the spoilage coming out as well. And I see a potential problem that I have to fix. I have to everywhere turn this inserter around to put the things on the other side of the belt. This will be fun. Let's say 12 again, and then I can just run to the right or fly to the right. And in some places it wasn't even possible. I need to remove some roboports and then place some roboports again. And now that the agricultural science packs are on the other side of the belt, the spoilage can actually leave the factories more easily. But I haven't done that everywhere yet. Hopefully now. I guess there would be ways to make this even better. And I wonder if spoilage will accumulate on that spot ever. Maybe that shouldn't happen when the new system is running. And also maybe I could measure this belt. Read, hold all. And let's build a little power pole, or just use that one. I wonder whether the power is enough all the time. Probably. Otherwise, some things would turn on. I do have more capacity for fusion generators available. So what if I only ever insert when there's not already too much on the belt? That way I don't have to cycle so much around. And that way, still the best or the lowest freshness stuff will be released onto that place. I might just do that and make another blueprint. I have to see whether I can extend this to 12. I can probably. Then hopefully it's even more regulated and not overburdening the system with useless science packs. It will then try to keep a balance, and it will never happen that so many science packs just wait there, never to be used. Oh. Right. I guess this will get down a bit further, and then it can stay around 1000. But I still want to find out if I can improve some things to do with the research. I mean, Fulgora. Maybe I need another spaceship. Maybe I'll just build another spooter. They seem to be easy to make. I'll check if I can upgrade this one without harming anything. I guess it has to wait for Norvis or something to get the modules. But other than that, this spaceship seems to be fine. And I want to try out building spaceships that basically... Oh, did I build this? Yeah, I want to build spaceships that can send between them and that only take what they need and not hundreds of extra things that then other spaceships might not get. I probably can improve on this spaceship at some point, but I'd rather try to build a new version of the chopstick. A little bit broader, maybe 3 thrusters. And then not having this mess of 2 different loops that somehow have to sort things out with a lot of inserters that I don't even understand, or combinators. And I don't know if the asteroid collectors reach over this area. Maybe, yeah, they... This here is actually space, but the asteroid grabber sits in that area. I don't know if that has any influence on the speed or the... I don't know if there's any thing that shows me the limits. There's thrust, but there's also something like weight, or... I mean, weight is there, yes, but the broader the ship, the more resistance it has, it seems. It would be fun if the resistance actually just came from the recoil of the guns. If you shoot to the front, obviously you would fall back a little bit, but also if there's more area that you have to cover, you have to shoot more, and then you have even more deceleration. But I don't know physically what ratios that would be. So this spaceship, I can now copy this hopefully, without getting anything that's not unnecessarily not legendary. So how about I add space platform Fluttershy, that's a nice name. And once that is built, I can place that. So this is... I will call it Speedy, but it's probably not the best speed platform. I think I will add even more. Pixie Crab, also a nice name. And a new sound for when a space platform has been established. Darwerft. Let's just have 3 more space platforms and let's give them a nice blueprint. I guess I still have that in my hotbar or in my Control V thing. Wonder how fast it will get built, because of course things still need to be sent up. I can always rebuild or reconfigure a spaceship. The materials are not lost if I just decide to remove everything and build a different blueprint onto that same initial hub. I think I will for now just rename them to have the planet at the start of the name, so that I can have them in the list properly. Okay, that's the first of the spaceships and it's already half built. I guess it will still take a while to produce everything that it needs. But also, if I ever build a spaceship that produces all these starter things, I could always send capsules between the space platforms and make them go without the initial asteroid collection and startup phase. This definitely needs solar panels, otherwise this won't start. Okay, now they are there. A lot of stuff arrived with not so many rockets. I wish it would also prioritize solar panels over other things, if there are no solar panels yet on the platform, just to get the kickstart energy. I wonder whether if I sent this now I would survive, or whether the spaceship would survive. This is why I will save the game. I need more purple science. Okay, purple science, if that's missing, I have a problem. But also, no, I can't research, change the research anyway. But I do need to eventually do purple science. I will just do this. I wonder why this is in from Fulgora. I should probably add Fulgora as the planet there. And I still have to also figure out a lot about what I can do with the new spaceship controls, and I think you can even set now the requests from circuits, which is just what I wanted. So maybe that's good. And there's also the interplanetary radar satellite network or whatever. So you can guess where things need to be delivered, where things are needed. You can send all kinds of different signals all over the place. I guess I will fly away and hope that it will collect enough stuff while it's flying. Now that I will do some military research soon. Now that my yellow and military science is somewhat organized. It's not fully there yet, but it's arriving at the new lab locations at least. And this ship survived the trip. Hope I don't really need to have so much iron ore. I guess it's fine for Fulgora. Just what I wanted, and it's only enabled if less than... wait. Is it not enable if? It just sets the filters. It sets the filters if it's above 400 and below 2000, so only then will it insert more. How would the initial ones get in there, I wonder? It's green and red, maybe that's something else. I guess the green is from the belt and not from whatever. Slightly complicated. It's like programming, but 2D. With multiple planets. But this ship should easily survive. I guess there's just one turret at the back and these 8 at the front. I think that's fine, just letting it to automatic. And then the next ship, I hope it has everything that it needs. Except the requests are not there yet. That would be weird to not request anything. And hopefully this will lead to more science packs arriving on Norvis and not too many ships actually dying in space. And I guess this recycling loop is now kind of working. There are still a lot of quite bad science packs, but that happens when I have so many requested and just put them out there without needing to. So, what else? I guess... yeah, I would have another thing if I could. Will basically be a copy for now, but I will then change things around. This will be machine gun, because it's military science. And there... I think I'll just work with yellow and white, or yellow and white and gray. And if purple is not enough, maybe. More than 9999. Say Germans who want to negate something or say no a lot. What else? We need military science. That's definitely a lot. And no, it needs to be like that. And or I don't know. I think I will just have purple under 999. And in that case... Wait. Yes. Oops, wait. It was properly connected before. Then it wasn't anymore. I wonder if it's switching quite quickly anyway. Military science. Do I want maybe bullet damage? Projectile damage? Confirm. If the machine gun is chosen. If it is over 0. Why is it 2? Do I have a machine gun in the system? Can I somehow not make it 2? Maybe I will have a different sign. Maybe the pistol, the weapon. It's an abstract sign, it will not interfere with anything that's real. So this is missing purple. I guess I will have to also make sure that purple is enough for this science to appear. There. I guess many things might eventually have to be configured somewhat. And apparently I'm not yet reading the purple science anywhere. What if I do actually read the science? Like that? Well, no, I also have it there. Okay, now it's researching physical projectile damage, so this might help me with my rockets. Actually don't need this right now, but maybe eventually I could use this to switch just based on what is in this lab area. Maybe I will have to make purple science a bit better. It's always a bit difficult because rails are so... It needs so many rails, and I need to make sure to produce them fast enough. Also, did you ever see how many jumps my trains are doing? Especially in this area here. It's difficult to click them while they are driving. Anyway, I will click this. I have this middle bridge area and then of course the roundabout area and this switching thing where they can switch lanes officially. And this is still the old system. I have to remove that at some point and place the new one. It's kind of tedious to do that everywhere. And I like this kind of waiting area where I can just have them a bit more compressed, leading into one ramp. And now processing unit is done again. I guess eventually I will have to turn that off once the productivity is at 300% anyway. Might just add even more here. Apparently now I need more green circuits. How could I do that? Well, at least the normal ones are difficult. I do have uncommon, epic, legendary, rare. All of those are available, but I guess that is where I need more of those higher quality supercapacitor things. Could I use this somehow? I could make more purple quality science, I guess. If I had more of those accumulators. For some reason they are going away quite quickly. Maybe I will just extend this somehow without beacons for now. Let's save some foundations. So, are those purple accumulators still arriving here? This one doesn't need to be there. And could I make more purple accumulators directly like this? Need more purple batteries. I should have enough iron plates to make some more of those batteries. Or accumulators. My first block of quality production outside the land mass. Nice to clean up a bit. The music also sounds a bit dirty. I could probably use some deconstruction blueprint that just destroys everything that I don't want, but I sometimes just want to manually look at what there is to be destroyed. Yeah, I guess those ones at the top, those inserters are a bit better configured. I guess it doesn't work like that. But also I don't want to have to figure out how I copy this over and do it here. I guess this capacity might just be wasted then. Or I will use the bulk inserters instead. They can always insert, but they do insert less high. I guess this is always only checking what is the highest or the most in a chest, and that is selected as the filter. And filters can be overwritten, and if a filter is overwritten, it will just drop the thing that it holds in its hand. So if it holds a rare quality thing in its hand and there are no more rare quality things in the chest, then it may just switch to another one and drop the rare quality on the belt. I think this does the same. Select input and 0 index. I basically read the contents of the chest and then set the filters of the inserter. I think it's actually rather easy, just cabling the cables is a bit tedious. 6 times. This might need energy. Then I will do the blue and the purple as well. It is slightly wonky, but that's fine. Might also do... no. Shouldn't do that. Because I have to also set the requests differently then. I'll just keep it that way. It's fine. Do I have to make more purple batteries? I guess those legendary lithiums come from recycling foundations with quality, which is kind of sad. Maybe I can make something on this planet with lithium. I guess only if I send fluoroketone here as well. Or I should just send the lithium back to Aquilo eventually. I think I need to rename those again, but with space after the planet, so it's alphabetically, because otherwise it would be not the same ordering. Eventually I might do the same with Vulcanus, if I ever need more science packs from there, or even Gleba. I do have 4 fast Gleba ships. Gleba is quite cloudy. Anyway, I will check if there's anything I need to set differently here. I guess I also need to make sure that purple science is available for that and all the other sciences. Maybe for each science that I want to configure I will have to do another combinator. Or I would have to find some way of making sure that all the resources are there for me to use. I will write purple science there. I don't know if I can, if that has any meaning. And no. I would like that this condition always is considered, but the others are optional basically, like the ore does, sort of. Obviously I can only ever do mining productivity if I have purple science. And now I wonder what I could do to make them more. Maybe just send more rails through. Oh yeah, this is something I tried. This is a sushi belt for all the rail ingredients, but it doesn't seem to be working very well. Something is sometimes missing. And it tries to keep some kind of equilibrium on the belts. That all ingredients should be there, but maybe I need to increase the numbers. Want to see if the rail production changed at all from this. Maybe not, maybe it's just a little bit. Not sure if I can attribute it to this action. And this tries to do whatever, I don't know. Don't even know where that reads. Is it there? Oh yeah, this tries to input things. Whatever it feels needs to be inserted. I guess the inserters are all the same filters, but the inputs are different, so we'll only insert steel when there's space for steel at the end. I guess space is the limiting factor there. Maybe it's a thing to work on eventually, but for now I will keep it in a bad way. There's not enough molten iron coming in. What are my molten iron trains doing? At least there are 2 trains heading here. But they do seem to be empty rather quickly. And then the molten iron also gets emptied rather quickly. But I also need to add more space for trains to wait here. And then just have 3 trains do this job. I guess another 161 train would fit there. So I will just add 3 as the train limit. As you can see, I'm trying out a lot of things, not necessarily some things that would work correctly. Might even try having train-based factories for rails, and then filling the trains with the ingredients somewhere. Anyway, I think I need to get more stones in here, or just build more factories. Could also change the mining productivity research to be steel productivity instead. And okay, I do need another one. I think this will be lightning. Do we have lightning? There. And the conditions are enough pink available and enough purple as well. Otherwise it wouldn't quite work. As we can see now. And I think that's mostly what might happen. So, and instead of the pink science pack, I'm asking directly for the lightning. Need to check what the pick is. Oh. Why does it put out purple? Or is that the input? I guess that's just the first input. I'll do purple cyan. I guess I just need to make more of those science packs. And maybe reroute everything from the old labs. I might destroy the old labs. Or at least void the requests. So now no more requests will appear there, or no more things will be sent there. I might also void all those requests, and then instead things will be sent to the new research area. But it's good if those green chests are used up. If all of those things are taken from there and put somewhere. I might keep those labs for that time. Might also take away 2 of those rows and place them in a different place. Guess those are different Spidertrons. Maybe I had rare quality Spidertrons first. So how about I go up here and just start by taking things apart. I'll get thousands of science packs. What if I just personally take the requested chests away? That's a lot of items. That I can then have in me. And then the robots don't have to take all of this. Guess this one is full. Oops. Well. Can I press Ctrl Z for that? Can just put a bunch of stuff in there that maybe those creatures will need. Don't know. I may just add a few more of those logistic bots somewhere. Don't really need to carry them around. I'm already quite full. but I can still do a bit more. So this means that we now have 2 rows of these labs taken away. And I can just take the science packs and build the new labs maybe up here. I guess it would be nice if I could just throw things automatically somewhere. I can certainly do that, but it would also take some annoying steps to do that first. Also, why do I always have to scroll down first? Yeah, if I switch the labs, I have to scroll down to a place that is not set. What I could also do is set a filter there. I don't know how I would set a filter there with something already being there. I think I have a solution. Something that I wouldn't have in my inventory. Epic cliff explosives, for instance. Well, no. Control right click. Control left click. Doesn't seem to work. Okay. So I can't copy over a filter when there's one set. Can I copy over when there's no filter set? Huh. This worked. So. And I can just now click on that top thing, and that functions as an empty inventory slot, so I can basically that way make science packs go to places. But also it's quite tedious. I just wanted to figure out whether that worked. But instead I should maybe put all the science packs in some passive provider chests or whatever. Also quite tedious to do. Because also I have to scroll down there if I don't want to make my science packs temporarily at the top of the inventory. Can make this go away. Of course I could have used the trash slots, but then I would have 1,000 robots flying around me. That would also be a bit annoying for a while. Maybe I don't need that many landfills. Or accumulators. Or beacons. Or roboports, or rail signals. Or ramps and rail holders supports. I like my continuous mouse wheel sometimes, but also sometimes it's not that precise, then just one step at a time. Hope I don't get sent back all these landfills. I have legendary energy as a requesting group, but I don't have it active at the moment. I guess the Spidertrons do have it active. And I still didn't do anything actual about the purple science. There's not enough stone coming in. Maybe that's a reason why that doesn't work. Stone comes from down there. Might try to have 2 trains be filled, but maybe in a different spot. Trees have to go. At least some of them. Maybe I just need more trains. And I could have 3 trains coming here. So the Antifa Solid Depot can hold the 161 trains. And I might just place some more up there somewhere. There are more depots. Maybe also more fluid trains. I think they might also be used too much at the moment. And maybe eventually I need legendary trains and not add more of those bad ones. Train. Loco. Oh yeah, 68. Wagon, also good. So what about another upgrade planner, where I then will just upgrade trains, locomotives, all those wagon things. And as long as I don't send them away, I can just upgrade them. And now they are all light blue, so they can be placed immediately. And where are the other ones? There, I might just do that. I guess some wagons will not be actually there in time yet. But I will see. Maybe some things will arrive eventually. Hello, Mika. I see you in one chat but not in another. It's weird. I need to maybe reload my browser. Stream is good so far. I like to play the new Factorio version. A lot of trains, a lot of rails. I wonder if it will cause problems that some of the trains then will be legendary and others will be normal. So what about those other trains up there? I guess they are gone. I mean, they have gone to their places of work, but I wouldn't find them ever again. This one will fill up quickly probably and then go away. You can then follow the train. Somewhere where molten iron is needed. Apparently there. Okay. Watched enough. Still need to figure out whether I can make a better version of this factory. Maybe with more things going out to the side like this. The belts are quite easily filled. And low density structures. I guess they have a low density and therefore use up a lot of volume. And that's why this fills up so quickly. Did you see the pride flags? They are at every roundabout, on every corner. This is the little bridge in the middle of the rail squares. These are quite big squares, and eventually I will make them be everywhere, because there's still this old roundabout thing where more things are crossing over. Yeah, it's for decoration. I think I have some here as well. And for lighting. Then I can see where the roundabout is. There's only this engineer. I don't know if it is a human. There are other creatures living nearby. There are bugs in the game. The devs didn't fix all the bugs in the game. There are also other kinds of bugs. If you are afraid of spiders, you may not see any right now, because there they would be, but there is no radar coverage there. I don't know if the gun would shoot something. Perhaps. It might have shot something there recently. I wonder whether I have a spider on this planet. Spidertron. Not sure if I would be able to find it. Oh, there's the toggle big buildings thing. I have to try that out on Novice. Spidertron remote. Is there any spider on Novice? None that I can use. So I can't easily just check out some region far away. But eventually I will have a Spidertron there. Maybe I don't need so many radars here. Yeah, that's the defense. Tesla towers, they can shoot lightning. I don't know when they last had to shoot lightning. There's also Novice, of course. Sometimes lightning gets shot here. I might also do a quick research for artillery range, but maybe not. Maybe that would be rather dangerous. Why does this still work like this? Do I not have enough yellow? I don't have enough white science, but is that truly necessary for that research? I guess it is. So maybe I need to eventually make more Spidertrons. No, also yes, but I meant to say space science. Shouldn't they be producing space science? Yes, they are. Apparently not enough. Just 1000, I think that's fine. Depending on how much I'm importing. Maybe the Fulgora spaceships can actually have 2000 or more. Just have to copy that over. That condition change. They added the planets in the backgrounds, of course, with the lightning. That's Fulgora. I don't know if I've shown this right now to you. There's a lot of robots flying around. But right now it's bright outside. It might start to get lightnings in a few seconds. Did I set the thing? Yes. And then one more spaceship. And then Fulgora. I think it will storm very soon. This is all foundations. Oh yes, there are lightnings now. In space there are asteroids, and the asteroids can be collected after they are thought to be small enough. Didn't remember that I had this iron plate production here. That's interesting. I think this is oil. Deep oil ocean on Fulgora. There was a civilization once. It is now gone. It has left some ruins. And these things are lightning attractors, so lightning may hit there at night. Yeah, just did. And they just attract the lightning but don't collect the lightning. So what I have here, these things can actually get power from the lightnings. In the real world, it's, I guess, 2026. I don't know if Factorio has a year. Would be interesting to know, but it is a completely different starship. Star system, I mean. This is a Volcanos with a lot of volcanoes and worms. They have a new look. I didn't check yet. They look a bit more integrated into the landscape. These ones also have a lot of energy. 100,000 health. But that's only a medium worm. I guess there are even bigger ones. They are further outside. I don't know if I could meet any of them yet without placing radars somewhere. I guess I could do this. Trying to explore some more landscape here that I have unlocked anyway. I guess they like it hot. There's one coming out of the dark zone, and each worm has a territory and they only just run around the borders, and if you want to have that territory for your factory, you need to make them disappear. And if you build in that territory, they will react not very nicely. There's another one. I think I basically went almost all the way to the edge there with my buildings, just to have a radar and roboports. And there was an old tungsten patch. Maybe the first one that I got in this playthrough. I could leave the belts just in case I ever need more from somewhere. But maybe I will build trains soon. I don't know what the demolishers eat. Maybe they might just eat the ground and the lava. Maybe they drink the lava. They also seem to have some hot places on their skin. And they leave some dust. Hot dust. Luckily there are no enemies on this planet, or sadly. I would be interested in fighting them if the devs ever decide to mod them into the game. I guess this is turned off on purpose. It's below or not below 700 degrees. Possibly once the temperature sinks a bit, yeah, we can view the inserter working and the heat appearing there. Yes. And then it goes up to 717 degrees and then it goes down again. And there's a new animation for the rocket silo. This thing is getting built. I don't know if I can see that live anywhere. On this planet, I think there's no creature right now. It's a planet made of ammonia and islands of ice. Icebergs. And there's oil in the ground. And lithium brine. And I can build these ice platforms to extend my factory. Yeah, the ocean is ammonia. Ammoniacal ocean, okay. There's ammoniacal solution and that turns into ice and ammonia. It's basically a few ice cubes in the ammonia. And I'm basically trying to get the ice cubes out of there with this factory. So I'm sucking up some of the ammoniacal solution from this little bit of ocean that I left there. And then turning it into ice and ammonia. The ammonia is in the pipe. I can visualize the pipeline, wow. I wonder... Oh yes, it's shown when I hold a pipe or when I click on that. Use not set, visualize entity fluid pipelines. While hovering this entity to toggle this without opening the GUI. Okay, yes. I wonder if it's only for specific pipelines. Good to know, this is a new feature. It shows the exact temperature and exact contents of the one pipe thing and of the whole pipeline that's connected to it. There's also, next to lithium and crude oil, there is fluorine vent. So that just comes out there. And yeah, I don't know why, but I wanted to build up from there. So this is all these heating towers provided by requester chests with fuel to heat the long heat pipe. And eventually I might want to go maybe to these islands up here. The further I go out, the more resources there would be. But also I don't think I need to worry about a lack of resources from the initial places. I don't know where that would be. Lithium brine is there. Okay, that's just one pump jack and the lithium brine storage tank is full. Yeah, on each of the islands there are different resources, it seems. So I might, for instance, take this island and pump some lithium brine away from there. I have an idea scratch pad apparently. Storage stations as chests where things are offloaded from belts. Well, yeah. I wanted to have that for the Glebber base to make sure all the almost spoiled things are used first. Here I'm recycling jelly to make more high quality jelly for the high quality stack inserters, which sometimes just need a bit more jelly to function. And I built some kind of island inside my factory to have things that don't necessarily need to work all the time, but only if there's enough power. I might try to extend this kind of factory to produce more stuff. Maybe even do the same thing with the rockets. So the rocket production is decoupled from the energy for the rest of the factory. I wonder how fast I could build this. I may have to change some things around. This is the avatar, yeah, or the person I am with a suit. I wonder what's up with the pink science packs. Some of them are coming through sometimes. Just a little bit. Maybe I could do more. Oh, I need to flip this. And then I can actually get more of this to be there. Be back later. See you soon. I guess I might eventually also have some requester chests somewhere for all those things. If I want to go further up with this, I need to get this out of the way eventually anyway. But I'm not yet sure how to place it there. And I need to do something about... Okay, the Spidertrons are just lighting up. Need to do something about the purple science still. I guess I just haven't started actually doing that yet. Or also about space science, but that seems to be good enough. Maybe I don't have to have this condition here. The good thing about that is that I can just reduce the number of purple sciences that I need for this Prometheum research to happen. And I can make use of the purple science while I have it. I think I will just go to the rail factory, or no, I think I needed to make more stone happen. That was one problem. Maybe I did already make it happen. I did allow 3 trains to come here. Now the music is quite loud. Or at least it was for a bit. These trains get filled really quickly. I think it almost fits. But not quite. I think I will extend the rectangles, the squares, and just reduce or remove these things from here. Okay, I think I will need to end stream soon. Maybe just finish a little bit of this. Okay, removed some rails. Still some phantoms available there. I'm not sure if I have the thing here. Triple lane roundabout. I think that's the one I might want. Oh. Not sure if it has any bad things in it. think I will continue this offline at some point. Maybe make another stone input thing. Maybe I don't need this direct production of landfill anymore. Or somewhere else, maybe. Anyway, thank you for watching.